I am W, and this is my world. And today is Story Time Sunday. So I have a story that's in my head, and I bring it out to y'all. Now, today I've been graced with another story from Peter Punkass. This one's called Thanksgiving. I looked over his story, and he said I can make any changes I want to. Being the person that I am, I like adding my own twist to things. So I took the story and I did a lot of major changes. So if you don't like the story, Peter Punk Ass, I can re-record it on a different day. And if you like it, put it in the comments and say so. So without further ado, here is the Thanksgiving horror. This is what I'm gonna call it. So this girl, she's a little girl. She's about 14 years old. Her name is Sandra. Now, every year, her family has Thanksgiving at her aunt's house, her Aunt Julie's house. Julie was a very successful woman, very ambitious, always trying to, get the next best thing for her family. She pretty much, Grandma Julie, she pretty much built the family on the wealth. So, wherever the granny makes a whole bunch of money, she distributes it out to the rest of her family. Because she don't want to be, greedy with her money. So one day she buys a plot of land that's worth a lot of money. Please hold, y'all.
I'm sorry. It's true. Tastes like I ain't really put no seasoning on it for a while. It don't taste that bad though.
You can find the rest of the pieces.
It don't taste that bad.
No, you do not. Sorry, I'm cooking.
You cooking?
So she bought a plot of land that was worth a lot of money because it had a lot of oil and stuff in it, everything that they need to make a whole bunch of money. The contractors warned her, this land belongs to the Indians. The land that you bought is an Indian burial ground. I don't think you should build here. She said, I want to build my house on this land. The sun shines just right here, and I want this land. Now, they warned her, they urged her, but they went along with it anyway. When the contractors were building on this land, about 50 of them died before the completion. She obviously paid off, the money for the loved ones and whatnot. But it was all like mysterious accidents. A buzzsaw went awry. A piece of wood slipped under somebody's feet while building the roof of the house. A strong wind and pushed about 25 people off. They had to actually wear harnesses so that they can actually stay up there. So, through all this, her house got built. And she haven't seen anything strange since. But this particular Thanksgiving, Julie did some research and realized that her granny's house was built on the Indian burial ground. Now, Julie, she always, everything equal. Not Julie, I'm sorry. Sandra, everything equal. She fought for, black people's rights, the Mexican rights. She's definitely passionate about the Indian rights because she said what we did to them was wrong. When she realized that, she said, I'm going to talk to my granny Julie and say that, you built your land on, you built your house on some bad land. It belonged to the Indians. I would like for you to move it so you can honor the Indians. She figured saying this to her granny was going to make her granny change her mind and move the house. So she had ambitions of doing that and also having everybody in her family, it's going to be about 12 people there, to, apologize for what we did to the Indians and be thankful for the land that we do have that they was able to share with us. So her dad takes her there. Her dad knows that his daughter is a strong activist. He said, now, Sandra, can you please leave the activist side of you at home so we all can enjoy a nice Thanksgiving? She said, yeah. She's not going to do it, but she said, yeah. So they get to the house. Everybody greeting everybody. Her uncles came. Her dad and mom was there. Then she seen her granny and her grandpa. Her grandpa, he just kind of rode with the flow. He a stay-at-home person. He retired a long time ago. So, his wife just do all the extra money making. So, she was so happy to see her granny. She was like, Granny Julie. Runs and hugs her and everything. She said, I'd like to talk to you about something. So she said, go ahead. She said, I did some research and your house is built on top of an Indian burial ground. It would be real awesome of you if you can just move your house about 2 miles to the west. No big deal. And you will be off their land. And the Indians can honor their loved ones, the dead ones. She said, honey, that's so thoughtful of you. But I like it here. The sun hits just right. And I can see the sunsets and sunfalls, sunrise. I love everything about this area. So disappointed, she said, well, can you at least, apologize for what you did to the Indians about disrespecting their burial ground? She said, oh, I will. I will make sure I give thanks and I'll make sure I apologize, It's no big deal. So she said, at least get one thing out of it. When she looked up out the window, she seen that the sun was setting. She thought it was nice, but she didn't like the way things went down. To the left of her was a mirror. And when she looked in the mirror, she seen a figment of, she seen a shadow of a person that had feathers sticking out. It looked like an Indian, a shadow of an Indian on the wall. So she looked behind her, and nobody was there. And she looked at the mirror, and the mirror just shatters. So she started getting a bad feeling. She felt like a cold wind was in the house after that. It was like a cold chill in that particular area. And she just didn't feel like the whole situation. So she runs and she tells her dad. And he said, maybe, she had the air on or something. Don't worry about it, Sandra. Just, get ready to set the table. So she's setting the table and she's trying not to think too much about it. But she just had an eerie feeling. So she told her cousin, who was about 13 years old, he don't believe in anything. He don't believe in spirits or nothing. He just believes that whatever in front of you is real. So she tells him, he said, look, you're acting a fool. Don't make a fool of yourself again this year, Sandra. Nobody's here. Nothing's here. Relax. So she's like, no, maybe he's right. She sets the table, and the fork falls off the table. When she picks up, she goes to pick up the fork, she hears a voice that goes, leave. Leave now and be spared. She looks up, and it was just her cousin, playing tricks on her. She said, why would you do that? Her cousin's name was Roderick. She said, why would you do that, Roderick? He said, just calm down. It's just me playing around. Nobody's here. When she picks up the fork, she heard in her other ear, leave. She looked there. Roger was already long gone. So she just shrugs it off and sets the table. So everybody sits down at the table, and the granny stands up. She rings a little bell. She's like, ding, 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 ding. What the rich people do with their glasses. They beat the glasses for some reason. So she said, I'd like to make a toast to this year's Thanksgiving. And I want everybody to go around the table and say what you are thankful for. So, everybody's going around. Her rich cousin was like, I'm thankful for the new flat screen TV I got. I can watch football in 1080p, and, everything's so clear. It's like water. Everybody was like, okay, and that's it. She sits down. And then everybody going around the table, I'm thankful for, and all the items are materialistic. So it gets down to Sandra, and Sandra's like, well, I'm thankful for the fact that I have all my family here, and I also want to apologize to all the Indians that were killed in the making of this land that Granny has built her house upon. And the Granny's like, oh, that reminds me, I am thankful for the fact that the contractors didn't sue me for all the times they hurt themselves building this house. Everybody laughs and whatnot. See, I'm also thankful for my family and for the beautiful, beautiful money that I'm able to flourish out with. And sits down. Sandra's like, don't you want to also apologize for what the Indians had to go through? She said, for what, honey? This is our land. This is America. We found it. And in saying that, a light flashes and cuts off. It's completely dark in the house. When the light comes back on, Roderick is hanging on the wall with 2 arrows in his shoulder with a sign, a bloody writing that said, get out, but leave the granny. Everybody's like, okay, it's the granny's like, okay, who's playing jokes now? Who is playing jokes now? And everybody's just appalled. And the parents of Roger was like, get my son down now. He's screaming at the top of his lungs. They pull the arrows out the wall and break the power. You know how to get the arrow out. You got to push it all the way through, bandage them up, whatnot. And then the lights cut off again and cut on. And it says, we're serious. Last warning. So the aunt, like, I am not leaving my house. I done built this house. This is my land, my house. I bought it. It belongs to me. Just then, an eerie, cold feeling just whooshes through the dinner table area. And the lights cuts off. And then it heard dragging. It heard somebody being dragged at the nails with just scraping along. And Roderick's dad, the lights cut back on, Roderick's dad was gone. And now everybody thinking like, this is no longer a joke. They heard him in the kitchen. They run in the kitchen, and he's been scalped. And the writing on the wall appears again and said, you had your chance. Then after that, you can hear in the under the floors, knocking on the floors. This then the floors just open up. Because apparently she didn't build the land on the wrong land. These people were called the Blue Thunders tribe. They were known for slaughtering the people who tried to raid their land. So the floors opened up from under the dinner table and they just flipped the whole table over. Everybody started running throughout the house. They run outside, their cars, all the tires were slashed. And people left and right just dropping dead. Some being dragged to their room where they've been scalped. Others been stabbed, arrows through their chests. Everybody, only people that's left is Sandra, her dad, her mom, and her granny. They're crying in the middle of the floor, wondering who's going to be next. Then suddenly, Sandra's dad gets pulled up. You know, he's getting choked on his feet dangling and everything. Then the spirit comes through. And it's actually the chief of the Blue Thunder tribe. He looks down at Sandra. He was like, you're the only one that decided to apologize for what happened to my tribe. He said, we will spare your life, Sandra. But the others have to go. She said, please, not my dad, please. He said, I'm sorry it has to be this way. And just slashes her dad's throat and stabs the mom in the back and just drags the knife along her spine, just come all the way down, ripping her like furniture you don't want. And then they look over at the granny. He said, we have gave you many, many chances to stop building your house on our land. But you continue to ignore them and the people who died to build your land. Now you'll feel the full force of the Blue Thunder tribe. They grab her and they drag her down under. Before they can finish dragging her down under, they look over at Sandra, was like, and and they said, thank you. Thank you for recognizing our tribe. Please live well. And just go on the ground, and the ground just come back together like nothing happened. Sandra calls the police. They don't believe a damn thing she's saying. They think she went crazy. Especially after the traumatic experience. They think she just lost it. So they admit her in psych ward. That's what they call it. Yeah, he was right. He was right. Psych ward. And she was rocking back and forth. She was like, Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder. Tried. Tried. That's all she says all day. Blue Thunder tried. Blue Thunder tried. They give her pills to relax, but it ain't helping. That's all she could say. No, years passed by. And she seen writing on the wall. And she just loses it. And she asked the nurse, she asked the nurse, she said, please can you cut my sandwich, please? As the nurse cut her sandwich, she got a knife and just stabbed in her throat, killing herself so she can get the images out of her head. And that's the Thanksgiving horror. If you like it, like, comment, subscribe. And make sure you check out Peter Punkass channel because he will put this on there as well. So I am W. This is my world. And peace.